almost there. We're not quite there just yet, but we are approaching the countdown. And I'm quite excited because this is a new moon all about freedom. I can see we've already got people. I'm sorry, I've got a naked man dancing in front of me. He's just got out of the bath and he's pulled a moonie. Just for the new moon, how appropriate. Anyway, blushes aside, let's talk about the new moon. And like, what is the new moon energy? Well, first of all, the new moon energy is all about new starts. Literally, as we are coming into this, the new moon is starting in just under 30 minutes now, and it's literally just disappearing from view at this time all around the world, wherever you are. And some people will be able to see it because it's nighttime and others won't. But as the moon disappears from our view, what's going on is that there is this emotional and psychic clean slate. There is this opportunity to create something, because at the moment of the new moon and thereafter, it starts to grow, and it's as if you are planting your seeds and allowing them to grow. So what is special about this new moon? Well, the first thing I would say, it's also the Chinese year of the rabbit. So the Chinese are actually using this, and they always choose the this new moon to celebrate the start of their Chinese New Year. So they're going with the lunar calendar. So it's especially auspicious, especially if you are a rabbit and you're in, you just got round to your rabbit year again. But what I really like about this is the actual chart itself for the new moon. It's really exciting. There's lots of very strong themes, which I think are going to help us on our way in terms of humanity. Before I have a look at that, though, let's just quickly share some love, because there's a lot of people watching and cheering us on from the sides. So we've got Ava in England saying bonsoir, looking forward to it. That's very nice.
Can I put your right microphone on? You're not on the right mic.
Oh, thank you. I've just had my producer come in and tell me that I'm on the wrong. I was going to do that.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Is that okay, love?
Should be.
Okay. Apparently that's okay. Bob Yonker, good evening. And also good evening to you, Owen Lloyd Martin, coming to us from North Portugal. I've also got Penny Albertella, who is also watching after two naughty dogs. So she's going to be in and out. That's an interesting point, actually, because right at the end, just 10 minutes as we are coming into the moment of the new moon, what I'm going to do is lead us into a meditation. Here's how I kind of visualize it to be, but I'm really, really happy with the idea that it could be quite co-creative, because this is an Aquarian new moon. But what I'm thinking is, if I give you the ideas, some of my notes about this particular new moon and what it represents and what it might represent to you, and then, a breakdown sign by sign, just a quick sort of shot in the dark of this is what's happening for Aries at the time of this new moon and how it might influence the next 2 weeks in this moon ahead. After that, I just want to open up the chat and see what intentions you've got. What intentions are you setting for sowing the seeds of the new moon? And then as I lead into a meditation, if you want to join me with it, there'll be some relaxing music programmed with the Schumann resonance, which will be really ultra chill. And I want to weave in some of your intentions. So if you send me your intentions, maybe global ones or personal ones for this month ahead, but also for this year ahead in terms of the year of the rabbit, then I'm hoping to incorporate them. It's quite adventurous, I have to say, quite ambitious, but I'm hoping to weave them all in to this mega super intention setting meditation to celebrate the Aquarian new moon. So let's have a look now. We've also just got a confirmation that the sound is great. That's a real relief. Thank you very much, Penny, or Bay Therapy Online. And we've also got Calming Waters Tai Chi. Sharon Monday is with us. So we've got people from Portugal, the UK, and also America. So that's really cool. Keep all your comments coming in. I will come back to them in just a second after I've looked at the forecast. So let's have a look now at the themes for this new moon. So let me just go to the chart itself. So you'll see it's happening today, 21st of January, 2023 at 8:54 p.m. That's UK London time. We are literally just 20 minutes, 25 4 minutes away from the actual culmination of it. Now, there is a few themes about it that are really, really strong. The first one is, as ever, with a new moon, you've got the sun and the moon together. And that is representing a seed point. It's a new start. We are in the sweeping out phase. We are literally sweeping out the last remnants of our identity from this last month, and we're getting ready to recreate a new possibility for ourselves. Now, it's in the sign of Aquarius, and the themes of Aquarius, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Aquarius is pretty much about independence. It's very quirky, it's unique, it has its own very original feel to it. It's also quite fun. It's also very, very social in terms, like when I say social, I don't mean, like they're the life and soul of the party necessarily, but the social conscious aspect is really, really strong with the Aquarian, I guess, blueprint. So there is, that's why people talk about the age of Aquarius, what's going to happen during the age of Aquarius, this idea that humanity becomes more important than our sovereign needs. Now, the big question here is, how can we come together collectively whilst not suffering our own sovereignty? And I think this is the challenge that is coming up for us, because where this new moon is, in just 2 months' time, literally on the 23rd of March, Pluto is going to be coming into the sign of Aquarius for the first time in over 200 years. And it's marking a new 20-year period where we're coming out of the age of corporatocracy. And I'm sure many of the people listening here today will be, woohoo, really happy. But we have to consider, what are we moving into? Pluto represents superpowers. It also represents transformation. It also represents abuse of power and our fears. And so it's really important, I think, today at this moment of the new moon Aquarian seed point, that we create a possibility for us to be able to transcend anything that might want to put us in a tailspin, anything that might want us to sink into fears, anything that might send us into a negative desire to have some kind of social ideal, because these social ideals can be manipulated and used actually as a stick to beat us with. So, ultimately, the biggest theme, I think, for Aquarius is the idea of freedom, the possibility of freedom, the possibility of living your own life, and the possibility of living your own life and feeling free whilst also not screwing everything up for everyone else. So I wonder how that will, actually take place. So that's the overall theme. Now, there's some really great things about this new moon. And so there's some really good energy. And the first one that I want to point out is this lovely trine here, this lovely blue, long, straight line up to Mars. Now, Mars is our motivation. It's our vitality. And it's, I guess, the outer side of us as people, and it represents the boundaries of us and how we meet the other side, like with other people. So at some level, it represents our ability to defend ourselves. It also represents our ability to stand firm and be vital and feel full of energy and to assert ourselves. Now, it's in the sign of Gemini. Now, for the last couple of months, really since Halloween last year, Mars has been retrograde, and so lots of people have not been feeling very safe to act. They haven't been feeling like they've had the motivation to get up and go. It's been a natural pause for us. Now, literally just last week, it started to reroute. It's going direct again. And so what I really see with this new moon is the possibility for us all to make decisions and to feel like we can move forwards again, and move forwards at quite some pace, and move forwards in terms of what we know. It's in the sign of Gemini, and so that really boosts how we think, how we process information, and it allows us to actually see facts and listen to things really effectively in such a way that we're still able to put our hand up and say, hang on a sec, I just need to go over that, so we're not pushovers in communication. I think that's essential. So I love that about this new moon. Now, something else I like about this new moon is the trine energy to Ceres. Ceres could be known as Mother Earth. She is also a protector, and she's also about the cycles of life. She's also about your mom, you as a parent, I should say dad as well, in case she represents your dad, the most loving and nurturing parent that you've got and also you as a responsible and caring person. So all aspects of taking responsibility are highlighted. And one of the things that we need to understand about these life processes and the cycle of life is that it also includes grieving. So I think any grief patterns that are going on are coming out quite vociferously in this period. But there's a flow to them. You know, people aren't holding on to things again. We're actually starting to move through things. Two more things I want to point out. Three, sorry. Also, we've got this lovely sextile here to Jupiter and Juno. That is assuring us that where we have commitment and dedication in what we're hoping to achieve, we can manifest and transform it. So it's like saying, you know, how serious are you about bringing about your beautiful intentions in this month ahead? How serious and committed are you? Where you're serious and committed, you'll find a way. It's like magnifying it and raising the energy. We've also got this lovely thing here with Venus and Saturn together. I mean, it could be a bit of a, ooh, don't like that, because Saturn seems to restrict things. But here, Saturn also gives form. So very creative people and loving people and people involved in being in creative flow are going to find it really useful, because it's really formalizing things and giving your creations a lot of structure. The one thing that I think is really, really important is this opposition to Lilith here, between Pluto, the Sun, and the Moon. Now, Lilith shows where we've been repressed, where we've held ourselves back, and where we're struggling. And so it shows a lot of anger, where we've really held ourselves tight. And so I do think that some of this holding ourselves tight has come from a need to control how people think of us. And, you know, maybe to ignore our fears, maybe to gain support. You know, maybe if I don't say this, people might think this about me. So there is a little bit of manipulation in there as well. So you will be looking probably at how you can be more of who you really are in this month ahead. No holds barred. It's time to just live free and live in full integrity and take full responsibility for it. It might not feel safe to do it yet, but I think this is the new vibration that we're coming into. It's truth, it's honesty, it's freedom, and it's letting go of our fears and our fears of not being accepted as we are. Last thing then is just, sorry, I keep adding them, is this lovely trine between Mercury and Uranus. It's giving us this real flash of insight in this month ahead, an ability to find new resources to all the things that we might need to resource. So there you go. That's my very sort of whistle stop tour of the new moon energy in this month ahead. Let's see if there's any intentions coming in yet. I can't see anyone with any intentions in, but please do send them in if you want them to be included into this manifesting intention setting meditation. So we've got Nubianette in as well. Hi, Nubianette from California. We've also got Honor. Hi, it's really nice to see you here. Okay, so we've got one intention here from Penny coming in from Bay Therapy Online Hypnotherapy. She's saying discover freedom. That's a perfect theme for this new moon. So keep them coming in. Let me know, what are you really passionate about creating in this month ahead? Now, while these are coming in, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the main themes for each sign as they're looking at the new moon. So for Aquarians, this is a time to really enjoy being quite energized and also sensitive in terms of your identity. It really feels like you're really in your personal space. It really feels like you're in every aspect of your body. You're really transforming. So it feels like something big about identity is going on. Now, one thing to watch out for in this new moon phase is the resentment of loved ones. You know, if you're suddenly putting yourself first, it may well feel a little bit difficult in terms of managing expectations and everybody else. But you go for it. Your identity is coming on so much. Pisces, really what I see for this new moon is you're still setting your goals for the year ahead. In particular for March, things are going to really start taking off. This is a really great time to sow a seed into your unconscious mind and to reprogram and to give yourself a bit of a mental break. Other things to watch out for in this month ahead would be work flare-ups, you know, where people are a little bit oversensitive about things and resentful about the amount that they're doing. Aries then, one of the things with Aries is they tend to like to initiate things and do things themselves. Now, in this new moon in Aquarius, what I really see as the biggest benefit is it's time to share, it's time to co-create, it's time to get other people involved in your creations. And where you've got too much pride in what you're doing on your own, I really understand that you're likely to trip over yourself. You know, you'll move so much faster, Aries, when you are sharing your creative input and also listening to others that want to share and create with you. Taurus then, what I really see as being evident in terms of this new moon is that you've got new responsibilities and a feeling of influence and power. It's really, really strong. It's really, really heady. What to watch out for is getting so absorbed with what's out there that you forget what's in here, in your heart and at home. Gemini, what I see as being especially powerful for you in this new phase is in terms of what you know and your belief systems. It feels like you've got full access to your brain in such a way that you're able to see new patterns that you haven't seen for a really, really long time. One thing to be really cautious about is where you feel like you already know things and you don't want to receive new information. You may well find that some of the things you have believed in have been a bit dogmatic and actually have led you a little bit off the path. So this is a time of discovery. It really is. And it could be really, really powerful for you, Gemini. Could really like turn things around for you quite significantly. Cancer then, there are really strong healing energetics going through your family. It feels like there is a significant shift in the way your family is in this month ahead. So much so that you could have generational healing and also heal forward from your generation and onwards. What to really watch out for is that there is this kind of wildness with your personal resources. And it's quite possible that you've tied yourself in knots and hidden yourself away because of what you think your earning power is. My advice is to unlock that bad boy. Leo, your biggest advantage, I think, in this month ahead, and in terms of what you're setting for yourself, is really about relationships. It feels like there's much greater intimacy on the table for you. And in the vulnerability of that intimacy is this release of the fear. You know, you're letting go of your controls and things are opening up. One thing that may be slightly difficult is this as you're trusting people more and as you're going more fully into your relationships, there is this flare up of your personal identity that comes up and it feels quite awkward. So it does feel like there's a bit of a battle between the relationships you're creating and manifesting and enjoying, and also listening to, you know, the part of you that is fearful of doing that. Virgo, we're almost there, not many more. And then we'll get into a little bit of intention setting and then into the meditation. Virgo, then, there is more work emphasis in terms of this new moon. It's a time to get very, very organized and to think about what you want to drive forwards with some passion and also with a feeling of control and mastery. It's a pretty strong phase. In converse to that, it's also time not to listen to your fears about yourself and where you think you might be repressed. It's quite possible that you are actually the one that's putting yourself down, and it's time to just let that go and really, really believe in yourself. Another thing is also health. It feels like the more you believe in yourself, the more you let go of that resented idea that you have that you're somehow weak, the stronger you get. Libra, you're really creative anyway, but with this new moon is coming this shot of extra creativity. It's really strong in terms of designing focus and transforming your ability to influence and share your creativity with others. It's also very good for birthing. So if you're looking to conceive and stuff, you're in a very, very fertile phase. Conversely, and this kind of goes against the grain in terms of fertility, because I'm going to say co-creation is a little bit interesting right now. You might actually find that you're more powerful when you're creating on your own. Where you are co-creating, like creating with somebody else, ensure that you don't feel like your ideas are pushed aside. You know, it's really important that you're able to share this and feel empowered. Three more signs. We've got Scorpio. So what's going on with the new moon in Scorpio? Where it feels like your home life, your security, and your ability to feel very stable is just growing. It feels like you're getting into a really nice space. and that you're actually starting to feel happy to be at home. Conversely, what you want to watch out for is public shame, this feeling that you might go a little bit too far or get a little bit hot under the collar in public. Lilith going through your 10th house right now is just, she's unpredictable. So just make sure you're not hiding yourself too much so that that you might just suddenly splurt something out by accident. Just make sure you're being as authentic as possible. The triggering times are when you have to behave. Sagittarius then, and then Capricorn. Sagittarius, you're going into a phase of influence and community. So it feels like you're able to communicate really far and wide. It feels really great being somebody that can share ideas and get listened to and heard and stuff. It feels great. In terms of the negativities in this month ahead, in terms of this new moon and the seed point that you're creating, it's about not fearing not being heard. You've got a bit of a beef at the moment that, you're seen and not heard. Got to let that go. Let that resentment go. It's really important. Last one then, Capricorn. In terms of this new moon, it's energizing the area of your chart to do with money and resources and how you can build a better future for yourself. I'm not surprised, really, Capricorn. It's one of the things that you think about so much. What you want to be slightly cautious of so that it doesn't put you off being resourceful is other people's moods. Other people are using their moods, I think, almost weaponizing them in terms of, almost getting some pleasure at getting you hot under the collar. Let this go. Just absolutely let it go and focus on what makes you happy, which usually is creating some kind of security for yourself. So anyway, that's the rundown, star sign to star sign in terms of this new moon. So let's have a look in the chat room and just see what else we've got coming in. So we've got Discover Freedom from Penny. Nubianet is saying, I'm focused on improving my physical health. I have a lot of fun plans I need the energy for. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Nora, intention for success, happiness, a great career, respect, identity, health for me and my family, a beautiful life. I love how comprehensive that is and how much it covers. That's really great. We've also got unity and peace. So I need to make sure that definitely gets in. Knowledge, I'm loving that. Thank you. We've got from Bob Yonker, we intend to have more fun and be easy with life, allowing more appreciation of all our abundance. I love that. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the wishes of love from both of you. That's great. We've also got from Calming Waters Tai Chi, we've got intention. Trusting my imagination in creative release through art and healing and integration. Well, that feels really good. Last one or two, generational healing. And then we've also got from Owen Lloyd Martin, intention, not holding back. Boom. I love it. A couple more, and then we'll get into this little meditation. Losing self-imposed restraints, ready to discover freedom. This my moon is in Aquarius, my rising is Libra, my sun is in Taurus. I feel this moon will be very pivotal. I would say so definitely for you, Bay Therapy Online, because I know you're a deeply creative person. It's going to really fire you up. Nora, I'll tell you about how you can find your ascendant and moon tomorrow. And you rock, Mrs. M, from Mr. Munson. Thank you so much for that. Right, let's go into a relaxing space now. I have starred everything so I can incorporate it into this intentional meditation space. So let's change the mood a little bit. Let's get a bit calm. Let's change my backdrop so it's not so distracting. 1 second, because it is quite bright, isn't it? So let's change the mood a little bit. So I've got it a little bit more calm, which is good. And let's get some relaxing music. Bob and Viv are saying we're late here, but we'll listen to the meditation and then do the replay. Great, get ready because I'm just about to put the music on. So let's find the earth healing instrumental music, which, like I said, has got Schumann resonance behind it. So it's really, really helpful. Whew. Right. So we're seeing the new moon in. So when you're ready, just find yourself in a really nice, relaxing space. And I'm actually going to close my eyes for a little bit of this so that I can really go into relaxation. Just adjust yourself if you're sitting in a chair or if you're lying in bed, just get comfortable. And when you're ready, take in now a good, long, slow, deep breath. And release. And just slow your breathing down. Just slow it down to a space that's right for you. So we're going into a guided meditation. Please don't drive or run around with scissors or do anything crazy. Just relax and know that if you need to wake up, you can do that really easily and effortlessly. You're in a safe space. We're all in this safe space together. Now, as the moon is drifting away, as the last bits of the moon, the old moon, are dissolving, I want you to bring to mind those aspects of yourself that you're ready to release. And maybe you can feel them dissolve or fade, crumble. The power of your imagination will bring up what you need to be able to go deep into this process. And anywhere where you feel tight or stuck or squashed or suppressed, just let that go. And maybe you can connect in now to the energy that we're creating, the energy of ease, comfort, and space for possibilities. And we've hit the moment of the new moon. We have a blank, clean sheet. When you're ready, allow yourself to expand and float and drift. And allow the feeling of space and possibility to come in. This is a seed point. And maybe you can see the seed in your hands or feel it somewhere in your body. Or maybe there's a seed inside your head. Just to use the imagery that works best for you right now. And you might consider, what would I do if I truly felt free? What would I do if I felt the sense of possibility, the calling for freedom, and the space to charge ahead? And anything that is not freedom, anything that is not possibility, can you decide to let go of that now? So in this communion, this space of us all together, let's now start to infuse our etheric, our imagined seeds. Let's create something for this month ahead. What is it that you would like to bring in? What freedom and possibility would you like to create for yourself? What possibility for joy and love and connection are you seeking in this month ahead? And with our shared intentions, let's ask ourselves, how can we discover freedom in this month ahead? How can we improve our physical health and have fun plans and have the energy for them? How can we initiate success and happiness, a feeling of respect, a sense of our true identity and health? And how can we have a beautiful life with the people that we love? And you might ask yourself, how can I create more unity and peace? How can I allow more appreciation for our abundance? How can I live life and not hold back? And how can I let this energy create a generational healing? So I'm going to leave us on that point of interest, that sense of questions that bring about possibility for your unconscious mind to just work out at just the right time and space for you. This is a seed point. This is a moment of clarity. And we're going to come back to full, vital and refreshed waking consciousness. Before we do that, I'd like you to imagine the thing that you're growing inside you, your wonderful seed point. And in the way that works best for you, allow it to integrate. Bring it into your mind-body system. And allow that possibility to take root. And allow it to shine as it grows with the certainty of this new moon phase. And when you're ready, notice what sounds you can hear in your room. Notice how it feels in the seat or on the bed, wherever your bottom is connecting. And maybe have a little shuffle around. Start to get back into your body again. Taking a good cleansing breath. I'm going to count up from 3 all the way up to 1, and then we can open our eyes. 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. And just let that feeling of possibility settle. And just notice what happens over the next few minutes, hours, and days. Whew. Happy new moon, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope it was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see if we've got any other comments. Anyone wanting to share anything? I didn't share my ideas for this new moon. I guess I just want to feel free to be myself. So that's what I'm really intending for. The feeling of safety, you know, that feeling of safety that you have being yourself, where you feel it's okay to be a little bit different. It's okay to just follow your vibe, where it's safe to just really completely follow the original beat that you're programmed with. That's my intention for this month ahead. And also for truth. You can just see we've got a few comments coming in. I'm feeling the need to groove. Bay therapy. Happy new moon, everyone. Thanks, Louisa. Thank you very much, Penny. You're amazing. Thanks for joining us. I hope your dogs weren't too naughty in the background there. Owen saying the church bells chimed right on time. Thank you. No, thank you for your presence tonight. That's amazing. I love it. Thank you. Nora, thank you. Happy new moon to you and everyone here. I love that. Thank you. Bob Yonker, thank you, Louisa. It was wonderful. And Nubianette, thank you. That was lovely. It went well with the rose incense I've been burning. Oh, how lovely. That's really awesome. So I don't know if you joined me from my Feel Good Astrology YouTube channel. If you joined me from Louisa Tanner Munson, I'm actually just using that for my interviews in future. So if you could like and subscribe to my new channel, which is Feel Good Astrology, I would really, really appreciate it. Anyway, thank you so very much for joining me today. Lots and lots of love to you. Have a great new moon ahead, and hopefully I'll connect with you real soon. So much love and blessings, and thank you and blessings to all from Aval as well. It's great. Thank you for joining me. See you soon. Lots of love.